Alright guys, the new champion roadmap is here, so we are going to be going over everything we know already from rioters across Twitter, Instagram, all the boards, and what they tell us in this new roadmap to try and see what's going to release and what their champions are going to look like, what the reworks are going to look like. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Guys, this is the champion roadmap, June 2020. A dreamy jungler, a masked assassin, and thrill-seeking marksman, plus who's up next for a VGU? Maybe a colleague? No. Hey y'all, now that the Fiddlesticks and Volibear VGUs you voted for last year are out, we thought it'd be a good time to go into more detail on what's next for the Champions team. Let's start with a broad overview of where we're heading, then we'll share a little bit about the next 3 champions in development and announce our next VGU. Adapting our approach. As I mentioned in the season start champion video, we'll be focusing on new champions for the rest of the year. Back in 2018, there were a lot of champions that needed a full-scale rework, so we put our resources into bringing champions back like Swain, Irelia, and Nunu up to modern standards. Since 2018, we've updated 12 champions, and we feel we've gotten through most of the champions in the critical need of VGU. Of course, there are still champions that can be improved, but the amount they can be improved has lessened. This has caused us to rethink our overall champion strategy. So they were saying that they needed to rework a ton of champions, and they feel like they've done the ones that need it the most, and they want to go back to making new champions, because honestly, partially when you rework a champion and all the mains just have nowhere to go because the champion doesn't exist anymore. So, for one, we thought more about the role of new champions and what their main purpose is in League. The main reason we continue to release new champions is to add new gameplay for people to engage with. For many players, new champions are like mini expansion packs for League, and we always see huge play rates on the new champions when they're first released. Even if you don't pick them up for yourself, seeing new champions in your games add more to learn and master. Very true. Very, very true. That being said, we think it's important for all players to get used to at least one new champion in their role a year. That way they have something new to try and can maybe even add a new champion to the rotation or find a new main. With that goal, we felt like it was important to try and release at least 6 new champions a year, one for each position, with the exception of mid lane where we're targeting 2. Ooh, mid laners get a little treat now, okay. Mid lane is the most popular role in League, and mid lane assassin players are looking for something quite different than mid lane mage players, I agree. So since so many people enjoy mages and assassins, we're aiming to release a champion for both audiences every year. Okay, so we're getting a new assassin every year. That's very good to know. We may not always be hitting these goals, as we don't want to push champions out that don't meet our quality bar just to hit the target, but it's what we're aiming for to start in 2020. So they're not promising anything is essentially what that means. We'll also still be working on VGUs, just at a slightly lower cadence, as we see a lot of value in bringing older champions up to modern standards while hopefully exciting champion mains. In fact, we'll be announcing an update for a champion who goes where he pleases later along this blog. Okay, so we're getting another rework. And with that, why don't you pull up a mat as we get right into the next 3 champions coming this year. So this is right here. This is all these pictures are very important spoilers that will be revealed later on in the future. So right now it kind of looks like a samurai experience, a samurai background. Could it be the Yasuo's brother Yone? Who knows? It's honestly not enough to tell. So what we got here, dreams of a new jungler, and right here, this is honestly, I saw a picture like this before. I thought it was something to do with Nico, but no, this is its own thing. Jungle mains have been longing for a new champion for a while now, and it just so happens that we've got one blooming soon. In the last update, I told you we couldn't decide if we wanted the new jungler to be an assassin or a skirmisher, but the dream dust has settled, and behind it was a mid-range skirmisher frolicking in and out of the fray. Eep, I shouldn't say anything else, but maybe, possibly, we can find her instead. Be very quiet though, she can be very shy, quite shy, and if we startle her, she may prance into action, darting off as our vision starts to get blurry and hazy. The world around us is becoming slow. No, we have to stay awake, but it's so warm and safe. Must sleep. I am so confused. This honestly, I think of a bunch of different things. So they said the world around us is starting to become slow or hazy or whatever. Makes me think that there is a new form of Mordekaiser ult, a different realm, maybe a more colorful realm instead of being a dark evil realm. Another thing I'm thinking is maybe a very, very strong sleep mechanic that makes her a good skirmisher. Another thing I'm thinking is maybe it's a new form of Zoe. Maybe it's a global slow because of this thing. Anyways, I have no clue. We'll see. Let me know in the comments what you think, actually. Like, what is this? What is this about? An out-of-body experience. Did I fall asleep? Am I dreaming? The last thing I remember was purple dust and the sound of someone skittering away. Where am I? I feel a presence inside of me. Something dark yet dormant. Something I subdued. Is that masked figure in the distance me? Okay, is this Yoni? I'm holding two weapons. I recognize one of them, and the presence inside of me recognizes the other. I tempt my rising anger into something cold, like the steel in hand. Suddenly, I feel a spiritual tug from the direction of the masked figure from me. The tug becomes a yank. I feel my subconscious pull towards my body, accelerating until I slam into it. So this is the same masked champion, the same champion that can't be stopped or whatever. This is all the teasers that Yasuo's brother fit the quota for. What just happened? I feel like I stepped out of another world, or perhaps a tale told long ago. Now that I'm back, let's get right into the roadmap. After the champion, we'll be releasing a new assassin. You'll get a chance to form bonds with both champions in a big summer event coming next month. Yeah, this is probably Yasuo's brother. Yasuo is too popular of a champion, and I know he died in the lore, but they can just resurrect him in the name of making money, and Riot is very good at that. So yeah, this is the art with the... I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. I'm excited for this champion regardless. It's an assassin. So this is going to be the next artwork. There's not much to take as a spoiler from what we know so far. Haven't really seen anything related to this. Calling all thrill seekers. Do you like to laugh in the face of danger? Do you enjoy stringing together abilities, creating stylish new combos? Does the idea of diving straight into the fray, firing a whirlwind of blades and bullets, and then hopping back out with a sliver of health excite you? Wait a second. Are they talking about Akali? Huh. Akali rework? Yeah, I don't know what this is. Fire, earth. Huh. Okay. If you answered yes to any of the questions, then we may be releasing just the champion for you. A new marksman dressed as Slake coming later this year. Nope, not Akali rework. A VGU that goes where it pleases. The next champion update is none other than the madman of Zon himself, Dr. Mundo. This project is very early in development and is scheduled for 2021, so expect to see a few more champs in between the marksman and Mundo. Okay, so it's going to be a very long time. The reason we're sharing this so early is because we saw a strong positive reaction from players when we did the devlogs for Fiddle and Volley, so it's something we want to do for Mundo as well. We aren't going to go into any more detail onto his VGU on this post, but we'll be releasing a full post next week that will cover super early exploration phases for his gameplay, narrative, and his art. That's so stupid. That's so cool. And now for the outro. That covers everything we want to talk about today. Sorry we weren't able to find the new jungler. What a weird experience that was. They think they're funny. Riot just thinks they're so funny. It's ridiculous. I'll make sure to keep my wits about me for the next roadmap later this year, where we'll talk about two of the other new champs in development. Tune in next time to hear about a sensational mage and an ultra heavy tank support, which will round out our goal for releasing one champion per role each year. We're also still planning to hold another Choose a VGU poll since the last one went so well. Expect to see that either later this year or very early next year. This is the thing where players could vote on which champion got reworked, where they chose Volibear, or they chose Fiddlesticks rather. We can't wait to get all these champions out of our hands and into yours. Until next time, Riot Reeve, aka Ryan Morales. So, recap all these things really quick. I do think it's important to say that we have two different versions of potential Yasuo's brother spoilers. Both samurai backgrounds, whether he happened to be alive or he happens to be dead and resurrected. I think there's just so much talk about him on all the forums, and all the forums, that I think it's bound to happen this year. I would bet. I'll bet. Honestly, I'll go run the Las Vegas Strip naked if he doesn't release by the end of the year. That's how confident I am in this. Anyways, if that doesn't, and you guys keep me to my word on this, we have this new global sleep potentially. I'm not really sure. There's not too much they're giving us, but the big thing is a Mundo rework is coming for 2021. That's good because that champion is absolutely ridiculous. He just can't die and he just does too much. Anyways, not really too much to analyze, so I'm going to call it there. Guys, be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll be having updates as they come, all the new champion information, new champion gameplays, if anything gets leaked. So be sure to subscribe with notifications on. And until next time, have a good one, guys.